Skincare, the newest thriller movie. Let's talk about it. Okay, so I have just seen Skincare at AMC's Unseen Screening. This is the movie starring Elizabeth Banks in a movie where we take the skincare, the beauty industry, and we throw in some crazy stuff that happens. Now, this was a movie, I remember seeing the trailers and it was a little intriguing. I was like, okay, you have my attention. I might be a little bit interested in this movie because it's a thriller aspect. It looked like it was a mystery. Now, what did I think of Skincare? It has its pros and it has its cons, but I'm telling you what, I was pleasantly surprised that this was actually a pretty good film. I had a lot of fun with it. Now, the highlights of this film for me, the first one is the thriller and mystery aspect of this film. Because this takes you on a journey. You're constantly engaged, trying to figure out what is happening, who is behind everything, that it really gets you to become one with that world and try to follow the character of Hope and discover what she is trying to do. And, when things happen, you're sitting there and you're on the edge of your seat because you're like, is it that person? Is it this person? What's going on here? How are they all connected? What is the dot here? So you're sitting there trying to piece together this mystery of what is going on. Who is behind everything? Why are these people coming up? And I really, really enjoyed that whole aspect of this film. To me, that was the best thing about this film. And it kept me engaged the whole entire time, was this story of twists and turns, left, right, and center. You don't know what's going to happen next. And this movie makes it very clear when everything starts to becoming, revealed to you, and it just goes from one thing to another thing, then it just continuously spirals out of control. It's insane. And it keeps you on the edge of your seat by having those moments where you don't know. The unpredictability of what could happen next comes into play. That I really, really like. Obviously, Elizabeth Banks is fantastic here as Hope. She plays this paranoid character who is trying to be successful in her business, worried about some little competition. And then when things start to spiral out of control, you just see how paranoid she gets. And I think that performance came out in abundance. I mean, Elizabeth Banks nailed that out of there. I thought all the other performances were great as well. They really played their characters right. But realistically, it's all about Hope. And we follow her journey and what is going on with her life. So everything revolves around her. So I like that. Now, a few things that I think did not work. Firstly, I appreciate the mystery side and the twists and turns. But once the movie's over, the motivation behind who is doing all this isn't there. I don't really understand why they did this. That's one thing I wanted to explore a bit more, was the psyche of why would you do this? What are you gaining from this? Now, I like how it is open-ended to a point where you're sitting there and you're like, you come up with your own theories of to why this person was doing that. There's hints throughout the film, but I don't think it's really resolved in the point where you're sitting there and you're like, that's why they were doing that. I understand why they were doing that now. It makes complete sense. I never got that. I've got about 4 things running through my mind right now of this could be their motivation, this could be, and this could be, and this could be. There's just so many variables that happen that lead you to so many different conclusions that there is no actual conclusion to the actual story itself and to why this particular character was doing this and what they gain from it. So to me, while I appreciate that and having the idea of you come up with the ending yourself and the motivations behind it all, but at the same time, it kind of takes away from that character and me trying to understand that character and get a bit more development from them. It takes away from that, which is a shame because I really enjoyed the twists and turns a lot, but it's just lacking that little bit extra that just adds a little bit more to it, to where you're like, huh, that's brilliant writing. That is really, really good. And don't get me wrong, the script is not bad. The script is actually good. The dialogue is riveting. So you have all these great key elements that are needed, but I just feel like this one thing kind of took away from it. Now, there is one twist that happens here that I must give credit to the writing for this, because maybe it was just me. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm just like, didn't even think about it. But at no point in this whole entire film did I ever think one character was going to be a part of this, where I was like, at the end, like, huh? It was right there under my nose the whole entire time. And not once did I ever think that it was going to be that. So that's a testament to the writing that I thought for that particular character that was going on. But now that I think about it after watching it and the reveal happens, I'm like, how did I not notice that? It makes complete and total sense to why that was happening. And to me, I thought that made more sense because they give you the motivation to that. And you understand why that's happening and why things are starting to spiral out of control with that one. So that was all good. And I mean, caught me by surprise. Maybe I'm the only one. If you've seen the movie, you probably know what I'm talking about when I say that. It's just so blatantly obvious that I did not pick it up. Maybe that's the whole point of it. It's so obvious that you don't even bat an eye to it, because it's like, well, yeah, it has to be that, because not. But then you're like, but this happened and this happened. This is what I'm talking about. Because there's so much unpredictability that happens throughout the story, that now an obvious thing is like not even on your mind, because you're like, well, this just happened and this was out of nowhere. This was out of nowhere. This was out of nowhere. That's a testament to the writing. That's a testament to the directing. That's a testament to the acting as well, which was great. And the cinematography was great as well. I really liked the feel of this movie and just how they were able to give you that thrilling aspect and keep that mystery element going at the same time. So for me, Skincare, it's a pleasant surprise. I did not expect it to be this good, but it was good, and I had a really good time with it. Like I said, I've got a few issues here and there with it regarding motivations for characters and that, but overall, this gave me what I want from a thriller movie and a mystery movie. Like, I was there on the edge of my seat, engaged the whole entire time. And you know what? There are some little nice comedy, humor elements as well that just added that a little bit, like not overpowering or anything, but just enough, that subtlety. It's almost like, when you have a chocolate chip cookie and it's got a little bit of that sea salt on top and it just adds that little depth to it. That's what I thought the humor was. The humor was that sea salt that just added that little depth that you just go, you notice it and you go, that's a nice touch. So for me, I enjoyed it. Let me know what you guys think of Skincare. Did you guys enjoy it? Smash it down in the comment section below. Smash that like button. Click subscribe. And I'll see you guys next video. Until then, stay safe and peace out.